Something was watching us. A couple summers ago, me and some of my buddies would go to a large abandoned factory that had been burned down to smoke and hang out together without anyone bothering us. The front of the factory was still standing, and we had found an entrance into the front, and we had all been inside multiple times, except one of us. This night was just like any other night, without anything unusual about it. Somehow the topic of mystical creatures had come up, and I asked my buddy Jay what skinwalkers were, and if he believed in them. He was very shocked, and told me not to say it out loud again, to which I said, "What? Skinwalker?" To which I was told, "Dude, shut the fuck up." I found it amusing that him and my other buddies Justin and Bobby took something so silly so serious. I let it go, but my other friend Tristan wanted to poke some more fun at them. "Oh no, look at me," he said, before he began to whistle and mockingly say, "Skinwalker," a couple times, while simultaneously walking into the middle of the factory. This part of the factory was burnt down and had no roof or walls. It was just some grass in the middle and bricks around the perimeter. I'm watching Tristan walk into the middle of the factory when he suddenly stops and freezes. I'm still looking at him, trying to figure out what he's doing. He then begins to walk back and looks at me and throws his hand in the air while pointing in a circular motion as he mouths some words that I couldn't understand. I said, "What?" And he repeats himself more clearly and says, "Get in the car," to which everyone except me frantically did. We took 2 separate cars to the factory, so I drive Justin and Tristan to where Justin's car was so they can both leave. Justin hops out of my car and sprints to his and starts his car. Tristan opens the back door to get what I believe he told me was his jacket and gets up to go to the passenger's seat of the car. But before he could even take a step, his head darts to the left, and he then jumps in the back seat of the car and screams, "Drive!" And they speed off. In this current moment, I'm a little scared, but mostly confused about what's going on. I didn't take off very fast because I had to turn my car around to start driving toward the exit. I'm now looking in my rearview mirror at Jay and Bobby, asking them what had happened, or if they saw why Tristan jumping in the back seat. I see Bobby turn his head around in my rearview mirror to look behind us, and shortly after he whips his head back around and screams super loud, "Dude, floor it!" And I do. We all end up rendezvousing at a local market to figure out what had happened. I asked Tristan what had freaked him out so much. This honestly really concerned me because neither one of us was superstitious at all. He told me and the others that he heard something like a twig snapping when he froze and looked toward the front of the building, which only had 2 staircases on the left and right side and an elevator shaft in the middle. He then explained that he saw a silhouette of a tall, thin person on the highest floor in the middle of the building where the doors would have been, and then disappearing. Tristan had never been inside though, so he thought he saw someone standing on the 3rd floor, to which Jay explained that there was no floor there and that it was an empty elevator shaft. We are all shaken up now. I also asked him why he screamed "drive" at Justin and jumped into the back seat of his car, to which he explained he heard what he thought was someone or something sprinting towards his direction, and that's why he jumped in. I then asked Bobby why he asked me to floor it, to which he said that he saw some long, skinny, humanoid-looking thing sprinting at my car on all 4s really fast, and that's my story. I think maybe it could have been some homeless person sprinting on all 4s at my car, but that doesn't explain Tristan seeing the silhouette of someone standing in an empty elevator shaft.